Bum ba da ba bum ba da ba bum bum ba da bum 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 zada ba bum. Oh, it is good to be back. I know I've been saying that a lot, but hey, every single time we come back to the streams, it feels good. So I just have to make sure that that is known. Hello, travelers of the internet. Welcome back to Guardian Studios, or if you're new to the channel, hey there and welcome to you. My name is JGuardo1, and I am your host, your guide, and your humble bard into the worlds virtual and fantastical, and I am very pleased to welcome you all back to the channel, or in the case of newcomers, welcome you fresh to the Guardian Studios experience. Hello, Echo and Leo. Good to see you guys. Glad you can make it to the stream. Hope you are doing well today. Welcome back to the world of Galabor. What in the world is going on with the water there? Okay, that was a weird lighting effect. Yeah, that was really, really weird. Why did it do that? Then again, maybe I don't want to know. Anyway, hello everybody. We are back. And the time has come to put our best foot frontwards. I know the phrase is best foot forward, but hey, I'm having a wordplay here. What we're about to do is recreate one of my absolute favorite kinds of houses to make. Yep, it is time, my friends, to recreate the Hobbit Hole. Hey, Leo, thank you for posting the rules, my man. Always appreciate that. Always, always, always appreciate it. Let us get right down to business, everybody. Let's get right down to cases. We need to get out a whole bunch of wood so we can get this ball rolling. I need a bunch of birch. I need to get some stuff off of me as well. I need a stack of spruce. Gonna hold on to these birch slabs, might need them. Grab a couple of dark oak logs. Let's go ahead and grab a stack. Excuse me. What color door should I go with? I'm thinking we're gonna go with mangrove. Let's go get some mangrove wood. Well, I'm about to be. I'm going to build myself a Hobbit Hole. You may not have seen it, Echo, but during one of my during my previous world, Gyros, I made myself a really nice Hobbit Hole inspired base. I was working on that as my latest base, and I was loving it. But then that world got corrupted, as you guys will likely have learned by now. Very sad day for me. Very sad day. Thankfully, we can rebuild. Even on a new world, old ideas can be made new. We are going to rebuild the concept of the Hobbit Hole that we were working on and make a whole new variation. Oh, there's definitely going to be some spruce involved, Echo. Hello, Enya! Hey, bro, how you doing? Doing alright? I hope so, man. I hope you're doing good. I hope work hasn't been too much of a drag on you. You really, really ought to be able to have a good day, you know? I truly think you ought to be able to have a good day. You know what I just realized? By keeping all my stuff organized the way I'm doing, or at least somewhat organized, I mean, come on. This is a big old mess, but it's still somewhat organized. I'm kind of preparing for when the Copper Golem goes live as part of the main base vanilla game. I'm looking forward to that, too. I'm looking forward to when the Copper Golem gets added officially to the base game. I really, really love the concept of the Copper Golem as it's been reworked. I love that it's basically gonna make Redstone item sorters. A concern of the past, and I'm looking forward to working with such mechanics. Very much. I really, really like that they're doing that. I love that it's going to be that kind of thing. Believe you me, once it is implemented, the copper golem is going to be my best little friend of all time. It is going to be my absolute best friend in all of Minecraft, because I have the absolute hardest time keeping my chests organized. So yeah, I'm looking forward to when that thing goes live on the base game. I most definitely am. Alright, maybe I should just do a whole line and then see how I feel. Leonidas? Why would I call it Leonidas? I don't get that reference. I feel like that's a reference, but I don't get it. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so go back the other way. Do this in threes. Okay, so I need to stretch this out another block in one direction for sure. And then right here. So that was pretty close to where I was going to end up having to put it. Nice. Go ahead and dig this up, dig that out. Zappa-pa-bum-ba, yappa-bum-ba. Oh, Spartans. That does not quite fit with the theme I'm going to be going for, but hey, who knows? I'll consider it. I may consider it at some point. We shall see. A history reference. Yeah, that makes some sense. Now that you've said it, I realize I've actually heard the name before. I just didn't know where I'd heard it. Interesting that it's a history reference. We don't get many people around here that do history references. We might name him Bilbo. Who knows? We may have a few copper golems to increase organizational efficiency, and in setting that up, we may name each copper golem after a famous hobbit or dwarf. Actually, that would be crazy fun. That would be crazy cool. Coming up with the name, using the names of famous hobbits from the Lord of the Rings series as names for copper golems. That fits very well, because those guys, the characters of hobbits have always seemed to me to be one of the two most determined groups in the whole of the Lord of the Rings Hobbit series. Oh, I remember that moment. Echo. From the movies. Oh my gosh. Epic. Honestly, if I had to pick a favorite character in all of the Hobbit / Lord of the Rings series, I'd have to say it's definitely Gandalf. If I had to pick a second favorite, I'd probably end up going with Samwise Gamgee. Dude was the GOAT. Oh yeah, Leo? Oh yeah, Dream's doing something. That dude is always doing something weird and interesting. Well, if he's doing another manhunt, then I seriously hope that he's ready for it. It's been a while since the last time I've seen a manhunt be listed on his channel. You know, the Minecraft manhunt. Good. Double the fool. Twice the fool. Double the fall. There's so many roles that man did. The man behind that particular individual that you just mentioned, he's done a lot. Hey, Ryan! Good to see you, dude! Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Alright, let's see. What are we doing? We are figuring out how to build this Hobbit Hole efficiently. That's what we are doing. I'm trying to remember how I've done it in the past, because I've done this for a couple of different houses. I did it once on a world that was entirely for myself. I've done it on Gyros. And every time I try to style it up a little bit different. Ba-ba-dum-bum-bum. Pop that out, pop that out, pop that out, pop that out. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Da-da-dum, da-da-dum, ba-da-dum, bang, ba-da-bum-bum, ba-da-bang. I'm doing pretty good, Ryan. Thank you for asking. Hello, Quicklish! Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you very much. Thank you for dropping by. Hope you have a good rest of your day or night if you ain't sticking around. If you are sticking around, then, hey, awesome. If you are not sticking around, I totally understand. I totally understand. Life and all that. Yeah, Christopher Lee. Christopher Lee. Like that guy's work. Count Dooku is probably one of my absolute favorite Star Wars characters. Loved him as that character. Oh, I gotta make some stuff out of the spruce. I almost forgot. Make a couple of those. Make a bunch of those. We are gonna have our work cut out for us making this Hobbit Hole. But you know what? I'm looking forward to the work. Hey, thank you very much, Quicklish. Thank you very much for the like. Always appreciate that kind of thing, my man. Hey, you have a good rest of your day or night, like I said. And I hope we see you again sometime. May whatever you're taking off to go do be a profitable or else successful venture. You know what? I think I want this door to be flush with the mangrove wood. We are going to relocate the door. If we can. Hang on. If we cannot, then we won't be able to do so. Let me run a test real quick. Test run, test run, test run. Test run, test run. Test running this part here. I think it works just fine. Oh, yes, it does. Sweet. Alright, that takes care of that problem. Stupid-up. Alrighty, Echo. See you when you come back. Whatever you're heading out to do, take your time. Do it well, do it right, do what you gotta do. I'll be here for a while yet. Drink of water. Ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-dee, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Bum, bum, ba-da-bum, Ba-da, 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 boom. Oh wait, those are the wrong logs. What am I doing? Those are spruce. I used dark oak for that part. Well, now don't I feel like a dummy? I do. I feel like a dummy. Da da dum 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 diddy doo dum diddy doo dum diddy dum. Diddly dum 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 diddly dum 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 diddly dum 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 diddly dum dum. Woohoo! Yeah! Wah! Yahoo! Ha 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 ha! Woohoo! Bop! 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 Ba-da-ba-bum-bop! Hey, good, Ryan. Oh yeah, you're dealing with the heat, aren't ya? I remember you said the heat was gonna be horrible. I'm so sorry, man. If you are dealing with the heat again, I am sorry you're having to deal with that, pal. Were it up to me, you wouldn't be dealing with that, Kenny. You wouldn't be dealing with the heat. You know what I just thought of? I should go ahead and make myself an enchanting table, so that I already have it. Seeing as how we've got the materials right here, let's go ahead and craft it. We can't do anything with it. We don't have any lapis. But it's good to have it already crafted, so we don't have to worry about potentially using up the resources that would be meant for it later. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I think you know what I mean. Gosh, I'm having a good time. I am. I'm having a really, really good time. There once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was the Billy O.T. The wind blew up her bow, him down below, my bully boy blow. Well, soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She'd not been 2 weeks from shore when down on our white whale aboard. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take the whale in tow. Well, soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Da 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 da. That's not what was supposed to happen. That wasn't supposed to happen. Hey, whoa, 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 whoa. Something feeling off about this. Why does something feel like it is off about this build? Beat up, and to bed. Bedtime, bedtime, time to go to bed. Bedtime, bedtime, time to go to bed. Time to go and get a bit and get some sleep so we can play around to do some more of this work that we have to do. Yeah, that kind of went way off beat, but you know what? I don't give a darn. I had fun with it. If having fun with what I'm doing makes me a weirdo, and if being a weirdo is a punishable offense, lock me up, throw away the key. Because I don't give a darn. I'm gonna have fun with whatever I'm doing anytime I'm doing it. Whoop, whoop! Woohoo! Yeah, that doesn't go there. No. This does. And that does. And that goes there. This is yours. And that's it there. Huh. Oh, nice! No storm tomorrow? Sweet! That is awesome, my man. That is awesome. No storm. No storm is a good storm. Wow, you guys are loud. I may have to move you when I'm ready to actually make the interior. Hello! What do you got for sale? You are way, way, way too late. I already have some pale oak saplings, you stupid, stupid dude. Oh my gosh. Ryan, I am, once again, so sorry you're having to deal with that kind of heat. Mostly, I'm sorry you're having to deal with that kind of heat with humidity. I mean, come on. That kind of heat with humidity, it is a wonder. It will be a wonder if nobody ends up having any issues out your way tomorrow. I'm talking like passing out, really not doing well because the heat's so darn intense kind of issues. Because that is intense heat right there. That is a scary level of heat to be dealing with. And I wish you weren't having to deal with it. It ain't right. I don't know why I keep saying ain't. Ain't a word. As a certain someone keeps telling me. Madam, 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 yep. I could make a million or wind up broke. Free and easy down the road I go. Someday I know it's gonna take me home. Yeah, that is a crazy temperature, Ryan. Plain, simple, short, sweet, true as can be. Especially when you've got humidity. Anybody out there who doubts how potent the heat is in England right now, across the pond, people, humidity sucks. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. Humidity sucks. It is the one thing that is universal anywhere there is humidity. It always sucks. Humidity makes you feel like absolute garbage. When you're in a place that is humid, believe you me, you'll be crying tears of the pains every time you go out the freaking door when it is hot. Because the moment you step out that door into humidity with high heat, you are feeling like you're going to fall apart and melt. Add that which he just mentioned. Add what Ryan just mentioned. Trapped heat. Trapped heat. Let us make a note of this. Trapped heat in humidity. No. You do not want this. This is not only bad, this is a brain-boiling situation. It is bad with a capital B for boil my brains, because you will experience such sensations for certain. Yeah. Heat in humidity is bad. Absolutely horrible. And unfortunately, when you have no air conditioning, that's worse. And if where you live happens to trap the heat, well, if you can't find some way to beat the heat, it's been nice knowing you. I say this as a half jest. It is truly that horrible dealing with the heat in such situations. I have been in places where the humidity is rough as all get out. I have been in such places during the summertime. The heat will knock you out. Yeah. Yeah. I can imagine. I can imagine you guys are complaining about the heat. I can't blame you even a little bit for complaining about the heat in such a situation. Dude. That is horrible heat. Plain, simple, no arguments. That is the worst kind of heat you can be stuck having to deal with. And again, I'm sorry you guys across the pond are having to deal with it. You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be having to deal with it. If it were up to me, you wouldn't be. Unfortunately, it is not up to me. On one hand, I want to say that's funny. On the other hand, I still want to say that's funny, but also a hint concerning. Ah, jeez. Now, my big focus here is I want to make sure this build takes after what we did on Gyros in some ways, improves upon it in others. Flipperdoodle. Yeah. I've actually been in places that are hot here in the US. Some that were dry heat, some that were humid. I've been in each kind of place during the summertime. I will always pick the dry heat. If I had to choose between a dry heat and humidity, I would choose dry heat. Let's put it this way. Dry heat, you can go in the shade and cool off by at least 5 degrees. Humidity, no. Humidity will chase you down and knock you out with a freaking sledgehammer. That's how rough it can be. And the higher the humidity potency is, the worse it is. Believe you me, people. You don't tango with humidity. You ever wanna say humidity ain't a big deal? Try it. It is a very big and painful deal if you're not careful. Yeah. Alright, first diamond tool. I'm thinking I may want to craft my first set of diamond tools if I can, but we'll see. This diamond shovel I know I've already gone ahead and crafted, but I need a shovel that can get through this dirt and last for a while. Part of why I need that is because I'm going to be using this dirt to cover up what we're about to build. So, basically my plan for this Hobbit Hole, since we don't have like a mountain or a big hill to build this into, I want to make the foyer be on this level, but then I want the first hallway to take it down a few blocks. The first hallway would take it down a few blocks so that it sinks deeper into the ground before you get into the main part of the build. That way we've got lots of room to branch out in all directions behind the front door. Though probably not in this direction, because this direction kind of sinks. Oh well. But that is my current plan. We're going to bury this structure in the ground. We're going to bury it, and in the process, we're going to ensure that it is a proper Hobbit hole, because Hobbit holes generally seem to be sunk into the ground to a degree. Which I think is smart, because that helps with keeping the place at a consistent temperature. Think about this for a second. Underground temperature is not as highly affected by the sun and by other temperature affecting elements on the that affect the surface. You dig down into the ground, and if it's hot out, chances are good you're going to find that under the ground, it's a lot cooler. It's a lot easier to control the temperature with something dug into the ground. So that is the principle we're going to make use of in design. That's the principle they make use of in designing the Hobbit Hole concept. I'm pretty sure. Let us not forget, it is a Hobbit Hole. Not a nasty, wormy hole full of oozy smells. No, it is a Hobbit Hole. Which means good food, a warm hearth, and all the comforts of home. And we're going to make sure we have that. Yeah, based on what I understand of thermodynamics and such, I want to say that that underground is actually easier to regulate the temperature compared to up on the surface. Now, take that with a grain of salt. I am not a scientist. I am no expert. I do not know if I'm actually right. But if you ever find out that I am right, hey, let me know. If it turns out that I am very much wrong, which is definitely a possibility, let me know that too, because I would love to know either way. If I am wrong, I'd like to know so that I can correct myself and fix my what will be horrendous excuse for information. But I've seen people build things called root cellars in different locations where the temperatures reach different kinds of extremes, because the ground temperature was always better off than the temperature outside, and so it was easier to keep things preserved, like to make food storage. It was easier to make this root cellar than to find a way to do it on the surface. You just bury it. You just partially bury it, and it helps regulate the temperature a lot easier, supposedly. I'm not going to say this works everywhere or with all things, but it's definitely something to keep a note of. See what really stinks about trying to do this. The one thing that stinks about trying to do this Gyros like Hobbit Hole thing is we don't have Gyros anymore to be a reference. We have to do this completely blind, completely uncertain if we are matching what we did before. in terms of the style. Alright, cool. See, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. In areas where it's hot above ground, you'll generally find it is cooler under the ground, under the surface. And in areas where it's cooler, the underground may actually be a little warmer. Hello, Sorrento! Did you like that greeting? Hello! I just made myself think of Tigger. Yeah, I'm gonna mention the character. I don't mind mentioning the character. I like that character. I can't tell you how many years I've loved reciting his little rhyme about himself. It's alright, Sorrento. Gyros may be gone, but it shall never be forgotten. I haven't even deleted the save for it. I can't copy it, I can't recover it, but I'm not gonna delete it. I want it to stay on my system as kind of a memorial to the stuff that we did there. Yep, I figured we didn't get to finish the one on Gyros. Might as well try building another one. Only this time we're gonna do the interior a bit different. The interior is going to be a bit different. The layout's going to be different. We're going to make things different from what we did before. I'm half tempted to actually make some rooms over here under this hill here and work that into everything, but we'll see. One day I would love to be able to show you guys the Hobbit Hole that I did way back when I did it just for me. Because before I started doing my content creation, I had a world where I did a Hobbit Hole, and I was really proud of it. I had a really cool style that I tried to recreate on Gyros with that particular Hobbit Hole. And I felt like I was doing a pretty good job of it, too. If only the world hadn't been corrupted. I'd still be playing on Gyros, and we'd still be working towards that awesome Hobbit Hole-inspired build that we were working on. It was one heck of a project, and I loved it. I did. I do. I love what we had on Gyros. You've already had breakfast. Oh, yes, we've had one breakfast, but what about second breakfast? I know exactly how it got corrupted, Sorrento. I'm not sure if I actually mentioned this, if I actually explained how it happened on the announcement, explaining that Gyros is gone. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you what happened. Basically, there was an evening where, or it was either an evening or an afternoon, where I was doing an attempt at a stream, and everything seemed to be going good. Everything seemed to be alright. But then a storm rolled in, and, well, it didn't play nice with Gyros. The storm knocked out power for barely 2 seconds, but it was long enough that my PlayStation shut off while I was streaming with Gyros open. Now, if you know anything about computer machinery, you know that that's not good. You never improperly shut down. You never shut a computer down by cutting the power. You never shut it down by just cutting the power source out. No. You go through the steps of slowly turning it off. You make it through the slow shutdown. But because the PlayStation didn't get to shut down properly and Gyros was open, the world save got corrupted. And now I can't do a thing with it. The system won't let me copy it to continue where we left off. I can't I didn't have any copies of it from before the power got knocked out, so we don't have any backups that way. Basically, I had no backups because I never expected anything like that to happen. So Gyros, unfortunately, is retired permanently. It's alright, man. It's alright. Yeah, we were on it for half a year, but unfortunately, these things happen sometimes. We may have been working on it for half a year, played almost 1,500 around 1,500 days on that world, I think. But it is what it is. It happened. We learn from it. We move on. Don't get me wrong. I'm mad. I got mad when I found out that Gyros was corrupted. But ultimately, it was my own. In a way, it was entirely my fault. And I've learned a lesson from it. Make backups of worlds, because you never know when something's going to happen that could cause an incident like that. It's horrible to have lost Gyros and the bases we built there, all the resources we had. But again, I messed up. I'm learning from it. We move on. We do better with the next world. That's what I'm doing with Galabor. Galabor, I have actually been making backups of the world after every stream. As soon as the stream is done, as soon as I cut the feed, I go to the world saves, I open up settings on Galabor, and I make a duplicate of Galabor. See, Ryan is smart. Ryan is smart. He backs up his world daily. That is something you want to do, especially for worlds that you've put a lot of time into. Worlds that you want to preserve, worlds that you have put a lot of time into, you want to make sure you back them up, because if anything happens, and believe me, something can, even when you think nothing's going to happen, something can. Just because you don't expect something to happen, do not assume that nothing will. Make copies. Back up your documents, your files, anything like that. This doesn't just apply to video games either. Backing up saves and stuff, making copies, doesn't just apply to video games. It also applies to practical, real-life uses. Because you never know what is going to happen. Oh yeah, Sorrento's got a London world. A world where he is recreating London. I've actually seen it. It's real darn impressive. It is impressive what he has done on that world. If you ever get the chance, I recommend taking a look. It's really cool. I'm trying to remember how I did these window areas. Part of me says I use spruce. Part of me says I just filled them in like I do this spot here with dark oak. But I don't know. He invited me to it. Plus, you can actually look at the videos on his channel about it. Yeah, like he just said. And like I said, it is a really, really awesome world. I recommend taking a look. Pocket edition. Did you know you can actually, if you have a device that can do Bluetooth controllers, you can play Pocket Edition with a controller? No joke. If you're on the go and you've got Minecraft Bedrock on a mobile device, if that mobile device has Bluetooth, you might be able to find a controller and be able to play the game with controller, just as if you were playing on a console. I know, because that's what I did. I've done it. It's been a while since I've done it, but I've done it. So for anybody who didn't know that, hey, there you go. You laugh, Sorrento. Remember how I said I've built Hobbit Holes before? What device do you think I built my first real Hobbit Hole on? I built it on a tablet using a controller with Pocket Edition. And I freaking enjoyed it. It was fun. It was fun to build. Oh, the curiouser and curiouser. I may have to go back and look at past videos of Gyros just to see how did I do those window areas in the Hobbit Hole we had on that world. Because I can't remember how I did them in that world. But I would love to recreate it. Get him, pup! Good boy! You know, I feel like I've done this... I almost feel like I've been on this exact seed before, all of a sudden. What in the world? Why do I suddenly have that feeling? That is a weird feeling to have. Oh, jeez. Creeper. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. Running away. Running, running, running the heck away, so I can get away from that stinking creeper dude. I do not want to get blown up, but that's what creepers freaking do. They blow you to smithereens. I know, it's smithereens, man. Nice, Ryan, nice! Hey, congratulations, my friend! Doing good, my dude. Doing real good. Keep it up. Okay, why do I suddenly have Yankee Doodle playing in my head? Oh, because the way I said keep it up. Yankee Doodle went to town. Yankee Doodle dandy, mind the music and the steppin', would the girls be handy? That's actually how that song goes. Alright, let's see here. Bow. Put a torch here. Put a torch. Oh. There's no block there. Well, now there is. Oh. Sorry. A little stretch. Okay, I'm curious, what do you have? Do you have anything worth a darn? Nope, you're the guy that doesn't have anything. Bye-bye! Bye-bye. I am so looking forward to continuing this work. Go. Excellent. I gotta find something to fill in the gap between inside and out in that little arch there. On the original, my first ever real Hobbit Hole, I used amethyst blocks, but I obviously don't have those right now. I wonder if I can get a certain color of wool to put there. Like maybe purple? Or blue? And that's a thought. That is a thought. This obviously still needs a lot more work, but I'm loving the progress so far. I just feel like I ought to say that. I am loving the progress thus far. It has been incredible. I actually like the mangrove door. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Alright. Excellent work so far. The front. Just the front. Is nearly done. Oh man. I really hope things cool back down for you soon, Ryan. You really shouldn't have to deal with that kind of heat. Unfortunately, guys, I feel like that's going to have to do it for this session. I kind of need to do some thinking and planning on what kind of layout I'm going to aim for, how I'm going to do this build. Because, like I said, we're going to use the same color palette, we're going to go for the same theme, but I want to do it a little different from what we've done before. I want to take inspiration, sure, but I want to do it different from what we've done before. So with that in mind, I'm going to take some time to do some thinking and planning to be sure of what I'm going to do. So with that being said, thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you did, please be sure to leave likes and comments. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Check out the About page for links to other pages with more content and ways to help support the channel. Share the channel with your friends who think they might enjoy the content too. And of course, do not forget to smack that notification bell so that you don't miss the next stream or video. And with that all being said, thank you once again for watching. I am JGuard01, your guide, bard, and humble host into the worlds virtual and fantastical. And I'll see y'all next time, right here on Guardian Studios. Bye!